months of anticipation, vivid dreams of giant fish dancing up and down the coastline, the moment has come to jump on that big metal bird and journey to another world.
Any moment now, you're going to drift into a lifestyle, a mindset, a journey. The destination is the thin space where sky and water blend, where fantasy and adventure collide, and where the dream you follow is overtaken. We won't start without you on Discovering Water. The curtain opens and the scene becomes the Republic of Panama. Another world, another heartbeat, another sound, and innocence gone from streets at home. As Tyler's sandals blend with the thousands of others along the streets of the capital, he begins to feel the pace, sense the sway, the flow, and understand that a new kind of adventure is fomenting on the near horizon. Panama City, a once sleepy little Central American village on the banks of the Panama Canal, has become a bustling cosmopolitan metropolis, casting its skyscraping shadow across the ditch connecting Pacific and Caribbean. No adventure worth its salt begins without soaring over the jungle canopy in a small plane.
And all of a sudden, it's Christmas morning. After months of anticipation, sleepless nights, and vivid dreams of giant fish dancing up and down the coastline, the moment has come to jump on that big metal bird and journey to another world. In this world, all of the hustle and bustle of civilization evaporates, and instead of emails and time clocks, the rhythms of this world are determined by powerful natural forces like the weather and the tides. Welcome to the jungle. The Darien rainforest stretches unbroken from the Atlantic coastline of Panama all the way south to the Pacific. Also known as the Darien Gap, its ruggedness is the final barrier preventing the construction of a Pan-American highway that would otherwise connect North and South America by road. It's just a short panga ride down one of the many jungle rivers, and just around a bend, you'll find one of the most epic fishing destinations on the entire planet. Tropic Star Lodge. It's a truly amazing and almost mythical destination that every fisherman should make a pilgrimage to sometime in their life. I've always wondered if this is where they got the inspiration for Jurassic Park, because it feels like a Tyrannosaurus Rex could come charging out of the jungle at any second. Names like Guy Harvey, Zane Grey, and so many other titans in the fishing industry have walked down this very dock and made fishing magic in this place. In fact, in nearly 6 decades of Tropic Star's existence, it has produced more world records than anywhere else on the planet, and we have finally arrived. What will tomorrow's jungle sunrise bring for us?
Oh man, he absolutely annihilated that popper. Woo!
rain in Central America comes as naturally as involuntary breathing. It provides time for rigging tackle and dreaming big fish fight dreams. And Tyler's an angler, like you and me, and has trouble not firing a cast through the raindrops.
As fishermen, we are all at the mercy of the elements. Each new day brings a host of new conditions and an ever-changing playing field that we must adapt to. Knowing how to adapt means understanding and being at one with your surroundings. This knowledge is a connection to something that is greater than ourselves. And that is what makes fishing so fantastic. Fishing offshore in Panama is no doubt a team effort. First, you must find the fish in a big open ocean. Then the mate, captain, and angler must be firing on all cylinders to bring success to the day. The cornerstone of our team today is Richard White. Originally from South Africa, Richard has fished all over the world, eventually making his way to Panama and becoming the fishing director at Tropic Star Lodge.
Look at how awesome this is. This is your office too, huh?
Oh yeah, now we're gonna get the baits.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, I've been ready. Been ready
Let's have it
forever.
back, brother.
Boom. Rich, I remember this spot, man. It's burned into my memory forever. Right there. This is one of those places, like over and over again in my head, a giant cubera coming up and blasting my lure.
Let's get him.
Here we go. Not far enough. Stop there.
We really like fishing this area for especially the bigger roosters and the bigger cubera. You see this ridge come down here, then there's a lot of lumps and humps, like rock formations underwater here. And it's one of the few areas where you can actually come out, you can jig, you can throw poppers, you can use live bait, you can really use a whole lot of different variations of techniques to target some pretty awesome fish.
Oh man, he absolutely annihilated that popper. Woo!
There's white water everywhere.
Oh my God. I said, man, that popper is right in the kill zone. Boom! Had to work a little harder for him than usual today, but hard work pays off. Oh, it's a jack. I thought it was a rooster for
I
sure.
thought it was a rooster as well.
Adios, mi amigo.
Oh! Well, the good thing is he's taking me so I can... nearly
Yeah, they
still-
just took
Right,
off.
bigger.
What do you got there, boss?
I got a Dorado.
A Dorado on the rocks. There's not many places in the world where you can catch Dorado right up to the
No,
shoreline.
I mean, that's...
There aren't. And
That's
he's actually taking you straight to the rocks.
Yeah. I was so confused, 'cause like, well, it hit like a rooster. I was like, I saw a bit of silver, but there's so much blue.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
What it is, and then it jumps. Like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
there he is. Yeah.
Gracias.
Hey, nice one. Yeah, check it out, man. We are within casting distance of the rocks over here. We've got an open water pelagic fish swimming along. I love it.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Only in Panama, man.
Well,
That's
Dorado
that's
fingers for dinner.
It is always interesting to throw in a mask and jump beneath the waves to see what natural spectacles are playing out just under the surface.
For the briefest of moments, Tyler splashes through the Pacific's blue dome. He kicks downward. And for the blink of an eye, connects with a majestic flyer of the deep. His perspectives have been altered as he re-enters his own world.
Bro. Oh my God.
Sweet!
It was massive. It just swam right under me. I was like, I just drove down and I grabbed his dorsal fin and just glided along with him down there for a little bit. Unbelievable. It was a massive, massive manta ray, man.
Oh man, that is
That was a
awesome.
once in a lifetime experience, man.
They're so majestic. They're just so
And you know what?
cruising
Yeah,
along.
I rode him for a little bit and then I thought he was gone and I came back up for a breath of air and went back down and he was sitting there and he was kind of staring at me. They're so inquisitive, and then he just kind of glided away. It was magic, man, magic. Tropic Star Lodge.
Yes!
You weren't expecting it, but you blinked, and you were there. Thin space, where all the horizons of your life align, expand, and collide in instant clarity.
The thin space is one of those moments when time just slows down and the natural world suddenly blends with the supernatural into the thin space. And in Panama, it was when I was just snorkeling around on the rocks, all of a sudden, the bottom starts moving. A massive sea creature just emerges from out of the depths. And there's a huge manta ray. Never seen one before. So I immediately didn't even think about it. Dove down and swam with this amazing creature for just an instant of time. And in that precise moment, everything was magic.
Water has ever carried us across the farthest horizons, around the next bend, and down through the vast canyons and forests of exploration and adventure. Your spot on board is reserved. Take your best hold. The journey begins now. Discovering Water is presented by Gulfstream Yachts.
There is something calling inside of all of us. For some, it is buried deep inside of your psyche, locked away like a forgotten prisoner. But for others, however, it burns brightly, boils to the surface, and is bursting at the seams. Whether you realize it or not, it is in you. And when you find yourself in a place with the potential for so much adventure, what would you do? Would you sit back at the lodge, or come with me and chase waterfalls? That something, of course, is human beings' innate thirst for adventure and exploration. It's the same force that compelled our ancestors to cross the world's oceans for the first time many centuries ago. It's also the very force that took the human race all the way to the moon. There's no telling where this force will take us next. But one thing is for certain. We will never stop exploring. Another wonderful side effect of traveling abroad is that you are bound to meet some truly incredible people. In this case, Jessica Harvey and her colleague Ryan Logan from the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation just happened to be at Tropic Star Lodge conducting a roosterfish study. Every year, Tropic Star Lodge puts on a roosterfish tournament, and with every guest competing to catch as many roosterfish as possible, it provides a tremendous opportunity to collect data on one of the most sought-after sport fish on the planet.
What do you guys do with the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation?
So the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation is a foundation that's dedicated to sharing information about marine resources through education outreach and research. I'm based in Grand Cayman, but I work all over the world.
I hear the accent. Grand Cayman. I heard that.
So yeah, and it's funny because I'm actually Jamaican.
Okay.
So it comes in and out every now and then. So Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation is here in Panama to help with this project with the Guy Harvey Research Institute. We were established in 2008, and this is one of many projects that we work on. We predominantly work on billfish and shark migration studies. So we put spot tags and satellite tags on billfish to do similar things that we're doing with roosterfish. And that information is then being passed on to people who are responsible for species management plans. And to help make sure, because you can't have effective management without accurate data. So that's what we're here to help support and do.
Yeah. Well, appreciate both of your hard work. So we can preserve the species and maybe catch a few more fish.
Yeah, there we go. And that's what it's all about. That's what we're out here for. That's what we're trying to do, is conserve the species.
You'll love what's up next. Discovering Water is presented by Gulfstream Yachts.
When you're in the vast wilderness of the ocean, it pays to be observant. Sooner or later, she will give you a sign. A giant pod of spinner dolphins offshore almost inevitably means there is some action in the area. These incredibly intelligent and inquisitive creatures have learned to track schools of large predatory fish with their sonar hundreds of feet below. Deep down, hiding in the depths, are giant shoals of baitfish and squid, well out of the range of spinner dolphins and their need for air. However, the shoals are not safe from the large predatory fish, and once the big fish find the bait, they drive it to the surface. That puts it within range of the spinner dolphins. That's when the fun begins.
We're up bass fishing, son. Oh! 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 Bye-bye! Screaming it, man. Man, what a hit. Wow. Coming at me, coming at me, coming at me. Come here, come here. You come off? He's off. Off. Let's try again. Woo.
Pretty fun at that time.
That was fun. Oh, another one. Come on, come on. Oh, yeah. Woo. Look at him screaming that little bass reel. That one didn't go anywhere.
You're going nowhere.
Nice little yellowfin, man.
Catching yellowfin tuna always seems to give everyone an appetite, and rightfully so. They are one of the most delicious fish out there, especially when they come straight out of the ocean. In my opinion, the best way to enjoy a freshly harvested ingredient like this is not to bring it to some fancy chef in New York or LA. Rather, it's to bring it to the locals, the people who have been working with these ingredients for generations. It's been said that the best way to dive into another culture is to do so through food. Sometimes, all you need is some fresh tuna, some plantains, a little bit of salt, and lime juice to bridge the gap between two cultures that are thousands of miles apart. What makes food like this so great is the freshness. Not only is the tuna fresh, but every fruit and every single coconut used in this dish had been plucked from the tree right at the peak of ripeness. It's a culinary experience you can only have in a place like this. Whether it's farming or fishing practices, sustainability of our natural resources is absolutely essential for the future. That's why Jessica Harvey and Ryan Logan from the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation are here.
Yeah, satellite tag is going in. Beautiful. Yeah, nice work. There she goes. Nice work. Well done. That's the last sat tag you guys needed, right? That was the last one. Nice work. That's how you do it. Preserve the species. That fish is going to give them 6 months of data, where it goes up and down in the water column, the exact location up and down the coastline, preserving the species one fish at a time. That is fantastic. Great job, guys! Woo!